Last weekend, the BBC officially announced all 8 episodes of Doctor Who Season 1, alongside a brand new trailer. In this video, I'm going to break all of that down. Okay, so as mentioned, last weekend at the exact same time that I dropped my last video, the BBC started announcing all 8 episodes of Doctor Who Season 1 every half an hour, culminating in a brand new trailer at the end of that at 6 o'clock. This video is mostly going to be talking about the brand new titles and what they could mean for each episode, but I am of course going to be talking about a few shots in the trailer as well as they relate to these episode titles. Okay, so the first 3 titles of these title reveals were already heavily rumoured for a while, and all 3 of them turned out to be true. One of them we already knew was confirmed for quite a while now, which I'll get to when I get to that title. But the first episode of Doctor Who Season 1 will be titled Space Babies, and it will be written by Russell T Davies, of course, and is also going to be directed by Julie Ann Robinson. This episode seems to be taking place immediately after the Church on Ruby Road, when Ruby first enters the TARDIS, and I'm assuming the Doctor will ask Ruby where she wants to go, which I'm pretty sure we're seeing in one of the trailers, where I assume she will say she wants to see the dinosaurs, and we will then see that butterfly effect gag that we saw in the first trailer, which I assume will be solved pretty quickly, and it's just a bit of a setup for the butterfly effect for another episode, which if you want to know more about what I think about that, I talk about that more in the trailer breakdown for the first trailer for Doctor Who Season 1. Then what I think will happen is the Doctor will set the TARDIS to random, which was also seen in one of the trailers.
Let's have a random landing.
And this will take them to that space station that the episode seems to be set in, where they seem to be growing intelligent talking babies on this space station. And there is also the bogeyman, which we've seen in the trailers. I'm not sure how these 2 storylines are going to be related, and if you have any theories, let me know in the comments down below, but that's all I have to say about this episode title in this video. The next episode title, which is the one we've had confirmed for a while now, is Episode 2, The Devil's Chord. This is the 60s Beatles episode, and will once again be written by Russell T Davies, and will be directed by Ben Chessell. Now, in the new trailer, we get another look at Jinx Monsoon's musical character, and in this trailer, she says, "You called."
You called.
Now, for me personally, I think Jinx Monsoon's character is going to be another one of these supernatural villains that we seem to be getting after the Doctor invoked a superstition at the edge of the universe in Wild Blue Yonder, similar to that of the Toymaker from the 60th anniversary specials. Now, the title, The Devil's Chord, is based on a real musical chord that exists in the music industry, but basically the reason I think Jinx Monsoon's character says "you called" in this trailer and seems to be coming out of some sort of piano is because the Devil's Chord will be played in this episode, probably on the piano, and that will summon Jinx Monsoon's supernatural villain. And this chord is also known, among other things, as Triad. Now, obviously, we know there is going to be a character called Susan Triad and Triad Technologies, which I think is going to be related to the finale, which I'll get into later. But I personally don't think this will be related to that. However, I do think it could be mentioned that the Devil's Chord is also known as the Triad in this episode, and the word Triad may act as this season's bad wolf or Torchwood, basically the kind of mystery box word that keeps getting mentioned throughout the season, leading to the reveal of Susan Triad and Triad Technologies in the finale. But let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. The third of the previously rumoured titles, and the third episode of Doctor Who Season 1, is titled Boom. Now, this episode, as previously speculated, is written by Stephen Moffat and will be directed by Julie Ann Robinson. Now, it's been speculated that this episode will consist of the Doctor getting stuck on a landmine in the middle of a battlefield for most of the episode, which I've previously discussed in my previous trailer breakdown for Doctor Who Season 1. So if you want to know more details about what I think is going to happen in this episode, you can watch that. And besides that, I'm not entirely sure what else this episode is going to be about. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. So the first of the brand new titles that haven't previously been speculated or rumoured on is titled 73 Yards. This is episode 4, and this will be written once again by Russell T Davies and will be directed by Dylan Holmes Williams. This is the episode where Ruby seems to be on her own for a lot of it, where we see an abandoned TARDIS on a cliff top and a lot of stuff like that. Now, what I personally think is going to happen is the Doctor is going to disappear in the cold open or somewhere at the start of this episode, as the outfit that we've seen him in this episode, we haven't seen a whole lot of him in that outfit, whether that be in trailers or in filming, and so I think he's going to disappear near the start of this episode, and Ruby's going to be left on her own with this mysterious woman always 73 yards away from her. But besides that, I'm not entirely sure what else might happen in this episode, so if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. So episode 5 is titled Dot and Bubble, and it is once again written by Russell T Davies. It would have been nice if this one was a new writer, but it is what it is. And this is also directed by Dylan Holmes Williams. Now for me personally, this seems to be the Black Mirror type episode that Millie Gibson keeps mentioning in interviews, possibly set in the not too distant future, focusing on social media, and it seems to have those slug creatures in it. It's also possible this could be the episode with Albion and Roger Aberg-William, played by Aneurin Barnard, although that could be one of the finale episodes, I'm not too sure. And we also see a shot in the trailer of this dome, which is very reminiscent of a scrapped idea for series 4 that Russell T Davies had, so it could be based on that, or maybe there's just the same visual that he's decided to borrow for this episode. But besides that, I'm not too sure what else could be happening in this episode. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so episode 6 is titled Rogue. This is the Regency era episode, written by Kate Herron and Brian E. Redman, the only brand new writers of the series, and this is directed by Ben Chessel, who also is directing episode 2. Now the title Rogue is likely referring to a rogue time agent, as I've seen a lot of people speculating. This has also led some people to speculate even more so that Jonathan Groff's character could be a recast or younger version of Captain Jack Harkness, which although I do think is possible, I do think it is more likely that it's just another rogue time agent. But let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. We can also see in this title reveal that there is a character called the Duchess of Pemberton, which is likely Indira Varma's character, as we know she is the Duchess, and she seems to be one of these bird people or bird-like aliens that can kind of shapeshift that we see in the trailer. And we also see a name that ends in Smith on this title reveal, which could be hinting at the Doctor using his alias John Smith, which he uses quite a lot. But let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. So now we get on to what I believe is a 2-part finale of this season. I believe I've heard people say that's been confirmed, but I'm not entirely sure. These episodes are titled The Legend of Ruby Sunday and The Empire of Death. They'll both be written by Russell T Davies and both directed by Jamie Donahue. Now we don't know very much about this finale. We do know Unit is going to be involved quite a lot, as we've been able to see from the trailers. I also think it's going to have something to do with these dust clouds that we keep seeing in the trailers, as well as maybe Triad Technologies and Susan Triad. And this could also be the episode with Albion and Roger Aberg-William if that isn't Dot on Bubble. I know I've seen a few people speculating that maybe the Daleks will be in this, and Empire of Death is almost like a trick or placeholder title, and that the episode could actually be titled Empire of the Daleks, but I don't know how likely that is. I know there's the running theory that the Daleks have to feature every year, but I don't believe that rumor is true. But let me know what you think about that in the comments down below, and if you think that rumor could be true, and what you think this episode could be about, or these 2 episodes could be about. And those are all 8 episode titles for Doctor Who Season 1. Let me know what you think about the titles in the comments down below. Let me know if you have any theories about what the episodes could be about, and if I've missed any details in this video. And if you want to see my breakdown of the Doctor Who Season 1 trailer, I'll make sure to have that on screen now, so you can click that if you want to watch it.